presenting the welcome speech amongst the most esteemed personalities who have won accolades in their respective fields, Dr. Assisi Menacheri and Dr. Giselle George. Before we begin this webinar, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all the viewers for joining hands with us to make this webinar a successful one. Webinars are organized and conducted by Parul University to the general audience to gain insight and information that would remain effective in their discussion. For today's webinar was chosen keeping in mind the interest of the youth. I would like to introduce our guests. Dr. Assisi Menacheria. Dr. Menacheria serves as the Vice President at QMPG Industrial Certifications and Services. He has demonstrated excellence in multiple areas. His mantra is love whatever you do and enjoy the process. He is excited about whatever he does. He was a top performing sales professional in India and one among the top 50 in the world, earning multiple international awards consecutively for 3 years from US and Europe. He has conducted more than 1,150 third-party audits in 25 plus sectors in the areas of quality, environment, food safety, health and safety, and social accountability that includes manufacture of nuclear-grade uranium. He is also a certified Lean Six Sigma Black Belt. He has conducted 97 third-party audits in the area of K-12, higher education, non-formal education, training and knowledge management in 3 countries. He also served as the Director of Hycon India Limited, Director and CEO of Horsch Remedies Limited, and Director Marketing of Zeba Lab Furnishing Private Limited. He has consulted and conducted trainings in more than 350 organizations during the past 18 years. He is an alumnus of IIM Ahmedabad for the full-time FDPM program, VSMED, Bharathiar University and University of Madras. He is trained in physics, applied and clinical psychology, HRM, HRD, management, marketing, and enterprise risk management with an earned PhD in the area of emotional intelligence and managerial effectiveness. He is an astute practitioner of Sahaj Mark, a method of Raj Yoga or mindfulness practice for past 30 years. He is the author of 9 books and one is translated to European languages, 9 European languages. He has worked as an associate professor, and dean at multiple management schools. His latest 2 books, the core focus is in the area of mindfulness. He has conducted a meta-analysis of wisdom literatures of Oriental, Eastern, and Western literatures using thematic analysis and working on his 10th book on mindfulness named as Essence of Excellence. He has traveled to US, Europe, Canada, Middle East, and Far East to attend and present papers in international conferences. He has published 28 articles in peer-reviewed journals of repute. On behalf of Faculty of Commerce, Parul University, I welcome you, sir. Now I'd like to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Giselle George. She is the wife of Dr. Menacheria, completed her graduation in education and mathematics and post-graduation in mathematics and business administration. She came out as a topper for KAU MAT entrance test with the Federal Bank Hormus Terrapin Scholarship for doing her MBA APM covering full fees. Later, she successfully completed her doctoral studies in an area, employee engagement, role of spiritual intelligence and knowledge management. Presently, she is working as a faculty in the area of quantitative techniques and organizational psychology. She is an author of 4 books, half a dozen research papers, and attended or presented papers in international conferences in Switzerland, India, and Malaysia. She is working on her next book, The 7 Spiritual Laws to Face Failures. I welcome you, ma'am.
The biggest challenge is we have observed is a learning curve. What is a learning curve? Okay, the learning is at its peak. Psychologists, they have identified that the learning is at its peak between 11 to 12 and 11 to 12. And again, it goes almost in a stable way between 14 and 17, 18 to 29 years of age, and 30 to 44. But after 44, what happens? The learning comes down. Between 45 and 59, it comes down. After 60, again it comes down. See what happens? This is the research that is did by psychologists across the world. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, then looking down. See, look at that. So there is a problem. Cognitively, what happens is after a particular period, people are not able to learn. So if we need to learn after 45, if we need to learn, we need to have self-awareness. we need to have a quest to demonstrate excellence, contribute, and serve. When emptiness transforms to fullness, a self unfolds, a quest to understand and include the whole, a quest to merge with the I, through we, to the whole, a strong thirst to reach excellence and to serve. If we don't have that, what will happen? If we do have that, this will be the result. So we will unlearn and we will start relearning at a particular time, and we will march ahead towards excellence. So please understand, be conscious about it first, be aware about that, and this is the process of learning, unlearning, and relearning. And in order to relearn, you have to forget something that you have already learned, because there is something called interference. If there is overlearning, you form a particular, you reach a particular stage of stagnation. If you start keep on learning and you are not forgetting, and if you are not ready to change with respect to new context and new information, you cannot learn anything new because you are fixated. That stage is psychologists call it as fixation. So there may be n number of people sitting across you. Okay, they may be telling their own ideas. After listening to all their ideas, you will tell my idea is right. So the narcissism, the obsession, compulsion, everything slowly start developing. So we are going to discuss about flow of optimal experiences in learning. See, if you want to engage in the learning process, we have to be aware of 4 levels. I'm going to conclude it because we only have 8 minutes more. So then you have a physical environment to learn, your food, your physiological needs, and so on. You have a physical environment. Let us say parents are providing you that. Government is also providing you that. They are also providing free food during lunch session in government schools. The sensation your parents and government is providing. Then you have an emotion to learn, whether you are happy, sad, you have fear, or your anger. So there are basically 4 types of emotions. So if you are happy to learn, then what limits you to learn? We have to look within what are the thoughts within us that prevents your action to learn. So you have a sensation called as food, physiological need. Then you have an emotion. Then what are your thoughts that you have to think for yourself that prevents or helps you to learn? Please understand that. Now, optimal levels of learning is whenever you learn, okay, you love learning, you're involved in learning, you're committed, you own the learning process, you have enthusiasm, you're charged, and you enjoy, you're fully engaged in learning, where the life energy is flowing through you. This is where there is a congruence between your sensation, emotion, thoughts, and action. You have to ask within what limits me to learn. Whenever I sit in front of learning, what happens? Whenever I thought of getting into doing something, what limits me? So, and you have to find out answers. Perhaps you can get the support of your professor or teacher or a psychologist. I'm talking about adult learners or a counselor. To go deep within and come out. Now, this is the basic. Elements of optimal experience of learning where you need to take care of your sensation, emotion, and there is an interaction between emotion and thoughts that happens in the now, in the present moment. You need to be aware of that and work on your thoughts as well as emotions for an action or behavior that is absolute in nature. Now, if that happens, there are a few options in front of you. Okay. So first, before showing this, I'll show you this. The flow of optimal experiences in learning happens. This is a model. So there are challenges ahead of you, what to learn. Okay, you have your own competence or some total of knowledge, information, and competence with you. You know about it, and you have a challenge. Okay, let us assume that you are in A1. And when the challenges becomes more, you move to A3, where you become more anxious. Okay. So you have a very high level of IQ. You are totally thrilled to learn. You have a very high level of internal motivation or inspiration to learn. Okay. Then what will happen? But the subject to learn is very less. it is something very less, then you get into boredom or called as A2. Move to A2. Okay, then you need to be aware of this process, what is happening within you. When you are more anxious, okay, when challenges are more. When challenges are not there, but your skill is very high, you move towards A2. And then you need to be aware. Then you have to switch into F4. Okay, now further to explain it, this is the particular representative diagram of that, where in the first level A1, okay, this is first level A1. So it has been divided into 9 different levels. You have apathy, you have worry, you are anxious when challenges are high. Okay, when the abilities are high, you are relaxed. When your abilities otherwise, you are depressed or you are boredom. The flow becomes you are focused and happy on the top right hand side. When flow is at a particular time where the challenges are high as well as your skills are high, where you are competing to yourself. You are competing to oneself, not with others. Where the challenges are high, please understand, and the abilities are also high. Where you are getting into peak performance levels. You start enjoy your experience. This is the era, this is the particular time where you reach as per this, this learning curve graph, and where you are not comparing yourself with X or Y or Z. You are comparing with yourself, renewing yourself, like you reach a stage of mastery where, your unique self is coming out to the fullest. Unique self is coming out to the fullest. And this is the highest level of transformational learning, and it's called as flow of experiences in learning. So with this, I think it is time to wind up now, only 4 minutes now. With this, I'm stopping. I once again thank Parul University, Dr. Ajay Trivedi, Dean, then CA Shreya Sharma, Shreya Gupta, professor who moderated the whole session, and Dr. Giselle George, who, we worked together to develop this module. I thank above all, I thank all listeners, all learners, who gave us an opportunity to serve all of you, because without learners, we don't exist.
Thank you so much, sir. So before just giving my vote of thanks, I would like to pass on and get some questions answered from you. So we have a question from a student. Now he says that according to you, like we have different levels of learning. So he says, which level of learning requires the most efforts from our side? Or maybe he means to ask that which level of learning is the most important in any person's life?
Okay. See, the first period is, first answer to your question, first answer is experiential learning is more tough because you go through the real-time pain. Okay. Second, in the learning curve, you reach a stage of inflicting point. It is called as inflicting point, where you grow to a particular level, then you see this learning curve. You grow to a particular level and you feel that I have achieved everything, and that moment you go down. That level is called as inflicting level. And at that level, whatever you do, nothing will work out. So that level, you may even think that, okay, what I need to do? Do I need to commit suicide? Because everything was going as per my plans. I was learning. I was like a creator. I was like a god. And at a particular point of time, everything starts falling down. And whatever I do, whatever you do, may not help you or help us. At that particular point of time, it's called as inflicting point in the learning curve. At that particular point of time, you will lose all hope, and some miracle will happen in your life because you will learn to unlearn yourself. That is the first point in life. And the answer to your question is cognitive learning is rather easy because you don't go through the transformation process. Experiential learning is tough because the whole 5 senses are going through the transformation process. That is more tougher. And the much tougher part is the inflicting point in your learning curve that happens in your life at a particular period of your life. That is the toughest point where you will find it very difficult. And May God bless all of you at that particular point of time. Everyone is there to support you, take care of you. All your gods, all your parents, friends, all are there to take care of you and support you.
Right. Yes, thank you, sir. You answered it correctly. But what I mean to ask is that is it sure that an inflicting point will be reached by all of us? Like, is it sure to happen? And then, if it happens, how you think one can overcome that phase? Of course, you said that some miracle will happen. We'll have to unlearn ourselves and relearn. But what a person can do to come out of it positively?
The inflicting point is quite a natural course because it happens to everyone. It's also part of conditioning and the process of evolution, basically. So when I or you start achieving and growing and earning, or you reach a particular point where you got everything, you feel that you are always right and you are always correct. But the context of the situation, the information, everything is changing. Maybe industries are changing, disruption happening. What was a reality yesterday is not a reality today. With respect to that, we are not able to change. And a certain level of experience is required for us to be humble. First point, to understand others, to open up our own mind, to be perceptive. So that is also required. It's a process of spiritual growth also, evolution also, where at that particular point, either you yourself will help you, or some miracle will happen. But at that point, be aware that many suicides are happening now. Don't commit suicide. Don't lose your hope. Try again. Submit and surrender. Surrender whoever you believe in, whoever you pray, whoever the God you believe in. And go through the process of unlearning. And there is a point in which you'll start again shooting up. No doubt about it. So that happens usually that happens in a gentleman's or lady's time. I mean, cycle between 37 or 35 to 50 or 55. Between that time, this happens, and almost during that particular point of time, people may be exposed to real-time problems. He may lose a job, or there may be n number of other problems that he may face. So I don't want to name people or experience or compare it, because it's all. So that point, wait, be receptive, and be ready for change, depending on the external situation variables.
True. So quickly, one more question from Aryan Singh. He's asking, what is the reason of low learning capacity at the age of 59 to 60 or maybe above?
See, psychologically speaking, your cognitive functions will slowly start diminishing. That is one point. Your memory will start diminishing. Your cognitive functions your recall capabilities, everything will start diminishing. But once you become aware, there is a solution for everything. The mindfulness and your meditative practices that you can apply to re-energize your faculties has got a lot of tremendous potential. So that is why the word mindfulness do have a lot of importance. That is one point. Second point is that the need of an individual will slowly start diminishing, because at the age of 55, their children would have started earning. Then they will bring the money in, and he or she also would have made some money, and they may have some balance. So the necessity to learn further, the inspiration process, the third level we call it as third level of inspiration. There are three levels. First level is called as motivation. The second level is third level of inspiration. Is there only then people will be consciously, they will choose to learn. You may watch one of my videos, it is there on my YouTube channel, about the third level of inspiration. So that, if you are able to unlearn your comfort zone and get out of the comfort zone, and if you are ready to learn again, it's a conscious choices. That is where the awareness and mindfulness part comes into being, or plays its own role.
Right. Yeah, thank you so much, sir, for answering all the questions. So now I would like to propose my vote of thanks. It seems to be a great honor to propose the vote of thanks to all who have helped us in making this webinar a very resounding success. I would like to thank our distinguished speakers, Dr. Asisi Menachari and Dr. Giselle George, for making an excellent presentation and making this webinar a very meaningful and interesting one. I'd also like to thank our Dean, Dr. Ajay Trivedi, for tireless guidance and moral support. I'm happy to express a vote of thanks to our viewers for their support and motivation. So see you all soon with a yet another exciting webinar. Till then, take care and have a nice day. Thank you so much,
you.
sir and ma'am.
Thank you so much. Bye. Stop that.
In their